What's up guys, today I'm going to review, and I say today, but I'm pretty much meaning like 6 hours after my last review. So, I'm going to be reviewing Spartan Total Warrior. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, what? What's that? And the other half of you are thinking, oh yeah, that's why I'm here, nostalgia. Because half the reason I make some of these older game reviews is because I try and make videos that I would watch, which means I like looking at some of these older game reviews despite already knowing about the game. And I often search for some of the older games I used to play on the PlayStation 2 when I was younger, and Spartan Total Warrior was one of them. Could I find a review? Nah. Maybe one. So, let's make that two. So, Spartan Total Warrior is exactly what it sounds like. You play as a Spartan, or, in this case, the Spartan, because he is essentially a soldier bred to be a soldier from, like, birth. Because we don't know who his parents are, or at least not until the end, but I'm not going to give that away. Yeah, I might. It's an old game. It's kind of a plot point that I need to give away. Basically, the reason he is so good at fighting is because he is the son of the god of war Ares. But you don't know that until the last mission where you fight and kill Ares, which kind of doesn't make sense. And it's definitely not as good as God of War. Or at least that boss fight isn't. However, the rest of the game is on par with God of War. And you might think this sounds exactly like God of War. No. The combat is completely different. While God of War might have maybe 6 enemies at max on screen at one time, and bear in mind God of War is one of my favourite games of all time ever, Spartan Total Warrior is meant to be a, like, grand battle simulator. Sort of. It will literally have hundreds of enemies on screen at one time, or hundreds of your, like, team soldiers on screen at one time, and you fight. But the thing is, though, you'd think that because of this, like, huge, I can't think of the word, huge importance and reliability on the fighting from the game's creators, you'd think that the story and the rest of it would be lacking. Nope. I really love Spartan Total Warrior in every single aspect. It took me a long time to complete when I was younger too. I could probably get through it in about 10 hours now, but when I was younger it literally took me a few weeks straight to play it, and it was some of the best time of my life. Basically the game takes you through Spartans, he's called the Spartan, or just Spartan, takes you through his efforts to find out who his parents are and to basically win. Just win. And he's accompanied by 3 people. Castor, Pollux, who are brothers, one's older than the other. Castor wields like this big spear and he's quite a bit bigger than Pollux, and Pollux just wields a sword and shield. And they're both ginger. And you really feel for these two, and especially later on when something happens. Screw it. Spoilers are going to be in this review. Halfway through the game, Sejanus, one of the main enemies of the game, he's a sort of sorcerer, and he kills Pollux and then brings him back to life for Castor to fight as a zombie. And it's horrible, because the zombies in this game look, well, they don't look like modern zombies, but they act like zombies. They shamble and, like, they don't mean to slash, they just kind of hold their swords and just, like, try and... It would basically be a punch, aside from the fact there's a sword in the hand. So it really feels like they are zombies. In this game, there is a wide variety of enemies. There are Romans, the main, barbarians, zombies, and skeletons. And a vast variety of bosses. For example, one of the first fights, you're trying to... Okay, first I'll describe. One of the big bad guys of the game, I can't actually remember his name, I'm sorry, has captured Medusa and has harnessed her ability to freeze people to stone, and is using it as a sort of way to win wars by, like, targeting big areas of battlefield and hitting it with this thing, turning them all to stone. And there is this massive battle where you're just trying not to, 1, get hit by it, and 2, to win, and 3, to get to this guy, kill him, and take his sword and shield, which are both imbued with the power of Medusa, allowing him to perform special attacks. There are also a wide variety of weapons that you can get in this game by the end, after unlocking them from defeating enemies as you go. Well, not enemies, more like bosses. For example, a hammer, like a warhammer from Beowulf, or a spear from Achilles, or the swords of Athena that you get after raiding a base in the second mission, which are basically twin swords, sort of like God of War. I'm pretty sure this came out before God of War though. It has some aspects that are similar, but I know it. If you've played the game, you know that it is nothing like God of War in gameplay wise. It's definitely not as gory. The most gore you'll get out of this game is cutting something's head off. However, this game really feels like a journey. You start in Sparta, you go through some barbarian wastelands, you end up in Athens or the underground catacombs where you fight a minotaur and fight your way through zombies as Sejanus brings them all to life. You kill them. The only way to keep them down is by destroying their body. Cutting their head off won't work. It is a brilliant game. I really wish they'd bring it to Xbox 360, that is, or PS3, but they don't. Or at least they haven't yet. And I doubt they will, because it seems the only games they bring to the Xbox are well-known games or franchises in completion, like God of War or Prince of Persia, which are two of my favourite trilogies of all time, by the way, which I will review soon. However, this review is pretty much over, so thanks for watching, guys. See you later. If you enjoyed, subscribe, blah blah blah.